Hey, wildlings. Good morning, wildlings. Hopefully this sounds okay. I've got my Blue Yeti set up today because I can't find my headphones. So here we are. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today is about moving stagnant energy in our bodies. And if you have been doing the work throughout the shedding, you have been learning to sit with your body and listen to it and like, what's it trying to tell me? And then if you go into the content section, there's this list of spiritual meanings to all of your, aches and pains and things. And you don't need to take that literally. If you're a, black and white thinker and you do not want to bring spirituality into this at all, that's totally cool too. There is a book called oh my god, hang on, I have to go get it because I can't remember the title of it. It's not The Body is the Medicine, it's another one that is okay. This one. And why don't I have it? I am here. What is this one? This one. Oh, God. I have so many books. I'm so sorry. I always get up and leave. Jessie Ray, thanks for joining me this morning. So there are a bunch of books. These are just ones that I picked up. Actually, I think I was given these free by my publisher. Yeah, these ones were free, but this one is called Body Thrive, Up-Level Your Body and Your Life by Kate Stillman. It's the 10 habits from Ayurveda and yoga. Now, there are a lot of people that will scream and yell that I showed you this because they will say, well, Kate Stillman just stole all of this from a certain tradition. Okay, we just got to stop. The information is in a book. We have access to it. This is what we can use. We have to stop judging ourselves for the stuff that we have. These are the books I have. So this is the information I have access to. We have, oh, my camera never likes to focus. So it is good to find out about these things, about if I have pain in my shoulders nonstop. Oh my God, camera. Okay, hang on. This one doesn't like to focus on me. If you have pain in your shoulders nonstop and there is no actual physical reason for it, like a lot of people that come into perimenopause actually get frozen shoulder from the lack of estrogen, but also because we're feeling the weight of the world on us. Our minds and our bodies are no longer feeling the same. And you may also start to notice that you get tension in your jaw. And it starts back here and it just, and you may be stretching your jaw a lot. This is because you're not saying what you need to say. Because if your body is shifting and changing, if even you're just doing the body scans and you're starting to notice your body, you may not have even noticed that you were carrying tension in your jaw. You may not have even noticed that you are carrying tension in your shoulders because it just feels so normal. So that is why paying attention to our bodies is so very important. And that's when my practice became fully embodied. It wasn't just about meditating and figuring out what was going on. It wasn't just about asking the cards, why am I feeling this way? It was actually listening to the messages in my body, because the body does talk, and your body is telling you exactly where you need to shift and change. So slow down, start to do the body scans, start to do the journal prompts, and do this every day, or do it when you want to. Honestly, it can start just doing it whenever you remember to come into the group. It could just be, you do it every Saturday morning as something to challenge yourself to get up earlier and maybe go out in nature and journal the journal prompt. But the more that you get to know your body, the more you can understand what it needs. So this week, I have really stepped into my power when it comes to my finances. And I put together a package for my husband that was so friggin' amazing. Like, I had spreadsheets and receipts and like pockets, and I have never been able to do that before because my body was holding on to so much tension that it would just come out as anger as soon as my husband started asking me about taxes. I would just start to be like, oh, shut, I don't have time to. I had time. I had time. But it was my trauma being reactive and my body reacting because I wasn't actually aware of what was going on up here. My body just reacted. It's just emotions, right? You're not actually going, well, why am I feeling this way? So now I know I'm learning to prepare myself. I'm learning to say, Emma, do you want to help yourself or do you want to hinder yourself? So if I do my body scans and if I pay attention, like I know I am stressed out because my sinuses are blocked up, and I right now am massaging. There's this muscle called the psoas muscle at the back of your neck, and it goes all the way from here and it comes down all the way down through your hip and it connects to your ankle. Now, because I'm paying so much attention to my body, I can start to feel when it gets tight, and I can get rid of that tension before it even hits my body. So I'm not as anxious as I used to be, and I'm not as overwhelmed as I used to be. And now that I know that I'm carrying this here, because I can feel it now that I'm sitting here and I'm doing a little bit of like, even just touching your body in the morning. Like there's this way of measuring your body to see if you're in alignment. There's like 3 places. My shoulders are not in alignment because I can't actually get into the position that I want to get into. I should be able to put both of my hands at the back of my shoulders and just sit here comfortably. Look how different my arms are. Like this one is, or sorry, I could never do that. This one is massive compared to this one. And I'm out of balance. And guess what? I'm way too masculine. What? Because I'm in the right side of my body. There's another one that you can do with your feet where you stand down here. My hips are a lot better because I focus on my hips. But one of the things that I do is do these measurements in the morning. Here's another one. I'm better with my across than I am with this one. But even just doing these little movements with our body in the morning and just getting up and touching your body and doing these, like, can I touch my toes today? Can I touch my shoulders today? It's just bringing awareness to your body. So if you're sitting at your desk and you're at work, let's make this work for you. You could literally just, while you're looking at your emails in the morning, just start by massaging your own shoulders. Start by feeling around the back of your head. Does this feel tight in here? What does it even feel like? What do the muscles feel like? And then I'm not putting massive pressure. I'm not just doing like a major thing. I'm just going like, how's my body? what does it feel like? Like, when was the last time you touched your body and you went, oh, that's different. Like, that feels different. Because now one of the great things about this is I actually notice when my body's changing. I actually notice when I have more muscle in a certain area. This is one of the spots that I pay attention to a lot. If you do somatics, this little ridge right here is, yeah, I'm holding some shit in there. You can, and it fucking hurts, man. If you massage this, I laugh when I'm in pain. It's not a good thing. But it releases, and I can actually feel my nose open up when I do this. And then, this is another good one. You massage your pits. And all of this is draining your lymph glands because they go down here, correct? So as we're doing this, we're also draining and releasing some of that kind of, toxins that our body couldn't release. I heard a crack. That's a buildup. And seriously, I didn't learn to do this in any class. I just started doing this myself. This is all just self, awareness and wanting a better life, like wanting my body to be happy. I think that is one of the things that you have to ask yourself. Do I actually want happiness? Because if I wanted it, there are ways to create it. And we have to separate the idea of money and happiness come together, because they don't. I can tell you, I have had all the experiences. I have had to line up at the food bank to get food. I've been on welfare and I have had to panhandle, but I have also eaten at the most expensive restaurants in the world and been to some of the fanciest hotels in the world and hung out with some of the most amazing people in the world, and politicians and authors and all sorts of people. So I know what is possible, and your body remembers what is possible. And the more that I do this, the more that I remember those moments of yeah, I have been in abundance before. I know what that feels like in my body. And as I'm even doing this, I can feel the tension coming. And this isn't major. I could have literally sat here and just read my emails and done a couple of these movements. It doesn't have to be extreme. The other thing is, do not set yourself up for failure. Do you see this right here? Do you know why this is right behind me? So when I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my screen, I can see it. And then I go, oh yeah, my shoulders are really hurting me. Hang on. This is one of my favorite, and it's why it's set up oh, you're not going to be in focus. It's okay. Oh, come on. I got to get my other camera out, the more expensive one that continues to focus as I move. Come on, camera. Love me. I'll move slower. I move too fast for the slow camera. So I have this set up here because my shoulders are the worst. So I can do these movements because spreading open, oh, that even just releases. Even just having this weight, stretching my arms backwards feels so good. And I have worked out and I have learned a lot of this stuff from all the years that I was on, volleyball teams, and when I did all sorts of workouts. I did roller derby and I did powerlifting. But you don't have to know that much. You just have to listen to your body and say, oh, see, that just feels good. This is what my body was missing. There is one move that I love to do in the summer that completely stretches my whole entire body. Oh, that's what I was missing. And you can tell as soon as you hit the spot. It doesn't have to be complicated. These are, I will say, if you're going to buy weights, these are the coolest weights. You can get them at Sports Check. They have little handles on them. So yes, I can put them on the pole and do powerlifting with them, but you can also like press out, you can lift this way. So they're really flexible, so you don't have to buy multiple things. I can't remember. I think these were probably 20 bucks each. So for 40 bucks, you're kind of like opening up your whole entire, world. You can do all sorts with these. But you can also use cans of peas if that's where you're at. The whole point of this video is move that energy in your body. If you feel stagnant, if you feel stiff, if you just feel funky, get out and move don't even get out. You can do this shit in your seats. Like, just move that energy and it will shift into something else. That is what they mean when they say transmutation in magic. They mean taking something from a solid state and make it into a liquid state, or they mean taking a negative thought and turning it into a positive thought. So start thinking about how you can take this angst and ragey energy that's in our bodies that you may not even know about, that is coming out at moments when, oops, that maybe didn't need to be that big. Because I've probably done that my whole entire life. I didn't know that what I was doing was different because my brain functions differently. I do have really big emotions. So I'm learning how to regulate myself in these ways so I don't have outbursts with my partner, with my son, with anybody, because that is what was happening before. All of this stuff was building up in my body. I couldn't feel it, so it came out in explosive ways. And now that I understand my brain, I can forgive myself for that, and I don't feel bad about it. I have done a lot of apologizing, but I've also expected apologies in return for maybe not holding me when I needed to be held, all of those sorts of things. This is a process. Shedding isn't easy. Going through these physical changes in our bodies and in society is really hard. But give yourself space to do these little things to maybe shift some of that energy so life doesn't feel so hard. And let me tell you, if you have a big stick and a pillow and you want to get out some anger, go for it. Honestly, if you're not harming anybody and that pillow has, God knows, well, maybe it does have feelings, but just get it moving, get it out. Go and scream in the woods, go and play, go and it snowed today, maybe go tobogganing. Just move it. Don't sit with it. Don't allow it to build up, because it will become an emotion, a trapped emotion in your body. So today, wildlings, I want you to find some way that you can move that is good for you, that works for you. And I want you to come back here and tell us what you did today, or what you thought. You don't even have to do the physical thing today, but you could be like, oh my God, Emma, I never even thought that I could bring movement into my life in this way. It can can just be super simple. Like, you don't have to do 45 minutes. You don't have to do a ton of exercises. Just get yourself to the place where you're like feeling a little warmed up. Get you a little revved up. That's what we're doing. We're starting our engines and moving, shifting gears into something else. Just go try it. How are you shifting your gears today? Okay, wildlings, go be wild. Love you.